Hey you guys, so today I'm gonna be building a modern house. So at first I didn't really know what I wanted to do. All I knew was that I had to make the house modern. I didn't really know what color themes to go for. I didn't know if I was gonna be doing interior and exterior. But I knew I wanted to keep this cheap but also looking as nice as possible. Now, before I continue, I do want to let you guys know that this does require game passes. I'm resizing stuff, and this is a 2-story house, and there's gonna be advanced placing. I did change a lot of things in here because, again, I didn't know what I was really gonna be doing. I was just trying to freeball it and give it a shot. Now, I'm gonna stop talking about the house until it's something that may seem confusing and I need to mention it. And I'm just gonna keep talking, but speeding up the whole process. Hi, hello. If you're wondering who I am, I'm Kitty, and I am mainly I don't even know. I don't know. I like to play Bloxburg. I like to play little cutesy games because it's relaxing, and when I record the videos, I hope you guys are also relaxed. Growing up, I always seen a whole bunch of YouTubers, and I seen people get noticed in something as being a middle child during this time. I wanted to also get seen. I wanted to be heard, and I wanted to be creative because that's what a lot of people in my family know me as. They know me as a person who is very creative, and I like to do art. I like to draw, I like to paint, but from time to time I also don't like it because over the years, just being given out a whole bunch of things for art, I feel like only people knew me as someone to do art. They didn't really know me as, oh, the kid that wants to be heard and seen, because at this time I was also slowly developing social anxiety. Now, if you're wondering, Kitty, how did you know you have social anxiety? How do we know you're just not saying it because you learned about this someday? Well, I did not learn about it until my freshman year of high school, and I was currently diagnosed with severe anxiety, just very anxious all the time because of how I used to get bullied because I was the kid known as the thingy kid, the back of the kid class was just really quiet because I am a very quiet person. I like to be, how do I say this? I like to keep to myself, but I also like to help others. So, I don't know really how to explain it, but I'm just a very quiet person. And I like to, I don't really know how to say it. So, my freshman year of high school, I finally got a counselor who was also a psychiatrist, and because of how bad my anxiety was getting to me during high school, and high school sucks. It really does. When it comes to bullying. So, being bullied since elementary school, throughout middle school, and until COVID, where the online classes were, that was about the only time I wasn't bullied from school, and then I would eventually get bullied at home. Because again, I was simply different. I wasn't very social. I wasn't loud. I wasn't really something that people would be inspired to be. And it destroyed me over time. So again, once I finally met this counselor and psychiatrist, they finally were trying to get to know me and tell me, ask me questions how do you panic? What do you do to try to keep yourself safe when you are panicking? Because a panic attack and anxiety attack are two different things. A panic attack is when it is simply like, let's say like you're a mother or father and your kid had nearly fell down the stairs. That's really that's not even a funny, or that's a messed up scene for me to cause. But basically, if you're a mother and father and your kid almost fell down the stairs, you would have a panic attack because it's like, oh my god, my child almost fell down the stairs. I need to be more careful. That's a panic attack. An anxiety attack is when you can no longer control how you feel, and you can't control yourself, and you start to get irrational thoughts. Or when you do have irrational thoughts, those thoughts start to cause you anxiety. And that's basically what I was experiencing. But what was triggering all of this was the bullying. And it was the reason why I like to distance myself from others. And it was because my psychiatrist slash counselor had finally came towards me and said, you actually have something called social anxiety. I was like, huh? So they explained to me, and it was just basically having a huge fear of being in very big groups, scared to socialize. And they believe that is why I was very quiet and why I kept to myself. And it was because I literally was afraid of people. And it made sense. It made a lot of sense. So I went through a whole safety plan of what I can do to try and push myself out of a ginormous attack instead of crying in the bathroom because some kid decided to call me fat, or a kid decided to make a very horrible joke, because during this time everyone knew my business. They knew what I was going through, and they knew what I was currently experiencing in life. I also forgot to mention that I started to experience depression at a very young age. I will not disclose that age, but it was around elementary school, because the things I was witnessing at home was very depressing, and it took a big toll on me, and I think that's also what had first caused anxiety. And over time, it developed into social anxiety. Anyways, so beginning of my sophomore year, I had a house fire in my room. It was an outlet that had bursted and caught on fire, and my bed was right next to it, and it lit up into flames, and I had to watch my whole childhood burn into flames, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs because I have a older half-sister that I no longer speak to, because she no longer wanted to speak to one side of my family no more. And that was me. I was involved on that side of the family. So she basically, for me, how it feels like is that she abandoned me because the current side of the family is not good, pretty two shoes, and it's not really stable. As well, my other side of the family, which would be my mother's, was also not stable, and it's the reason why I started having depression and anxiety. So basically what it felt like is she abandoned me for her mother's, to go with her, which is, it's her mom, whatever. But I felt like left, abandoned, and she still hasn't talked to me. Last time she actually did talk to me was to ask me if I can go talk to my grandmother so she can park her car in front of my grandmother's house while it was still being rebuilt from the house fire. And that was last year. So I haven't really talked to her in about a year. Anyways, I had a giant house fire, and I started to slowly become depressed again, giving up on school, not caring about anything anymore. I just wanted to go home, but I wasn't able to go home because the house is still being rebuilt. And you guys, it will be almost 3 years on the 26th. So, and right now it's the 20th of January. So yeah, but the house is getting closer to finishing up. So I will be home around February, midway of February, hopefully. So hopefully, my grandmother said the estimated time would be before or after Valentine's Day. So yeah. Anyways, sophomore year, the house fire, I became depressed. I started giving up and no longer wanting to go to school. After the house fire, I refused to go to school for a week because I wanted to sit in the hotel bedroom and die in the unfoldable couch bed. Yeah. So after that, I still went to school for probably about a few more months, and then I started learning about independent studies. And you're wondering, Kitty, what is independent studies? Is it like a whole different learning thing? Yes, it is. And it's for my school, for the independence thing, it is basically a target for students who are currently struggling mentally and still, legally, you still have to go to school. So, still need to go to school. So, I was one of those kids, and I finally talked to the school counselor, not the psychiatrist counselor. I finally talked to them, and they were like, okay, well, I'll see what I can do. I'll give you a call. And after that, I started getting bullied all over again because of my house fire. And I started learning that the friends that I currently had were not friends. And I became depressed all over again. So, yay. I finally decided I'm not going to go to school. And my grandmother understood that because I was currently in her hands. So she told me I wouldn't have to go to school because she understood and she was aware of the bullying situations going on at school again. So, yeah, I no longer had to deal with my bullies and I no longer had to deal with school. So I didn't go to school for about a month, and then I finally went to go do an interview with this school, and they told me I was able to go into it and that I was able to go next week. So after that, I enrolled into independent studies, and it's really easy. At first, I was a little bit stressed out because I thought I had so much homework to do, but in reality, I was overlooking it, and my teacher had explained to me that it's not actually that a lot, and it was just this much amount. And this was the middle of the school year. So I basically had to try and earn up enough credits as much as possible in order to start passing through stuff. And I eventually did at the end of the school year, which was last year. Of my first school year of school there, I earned up 2 years worth of credits. I passed biology within 3 months, and I passed, I'm not going to say what else classes, that's kind of embarrassing if I do say it. But yeah, I basically passed 2 classes within just a span of a few months. And I earned double the credits that you'd earn in 2 years. So there was that. And then this year, I just passed my PE class. Yep, I just passed it. Anyone already know I did not have to do any physical activity because I'm also diagnosed with absence growing epilepsy. And if you're wondering what that is a rare thing to have. But if you have absence seizures, it's common to happen. So basically, it's an absence seizure is where you kind of stare off to space and you just blankly forget. Memory is completely gone of what you were currently doing, and that's why I was struggling with also school. And it was because I could not remember things, and I was struggling to remember things, so my seizures had caused me memory loss. Yay! Okay. I was first diagnosed with absence seizures in middle school. And the doctor completely gave up on me because the doctor could not exactly pinpoint what kind of seizures that I had. So then, as of freshman year, sophomore year, I finally got to see a neurologist. If you're wondering what a neurologist is, it is a type of doctor that focuses on the brain, and more specifically for people who are epileptic. So I finally talked to the doctor. I got to do a few tests. I came back to that office, I think a month or two later, and they had told me, yeah, I have absence growing epilepsy. I do not have absence seizures. And it's basically where an absence seizure from stress, and again, I have basically grown up with so much stress throughout my childhood. Basically, so it's when stress starts to fully start taking a toll on me. It's no longer really triggered by it, but it's also encouraging the seizure to continue, to get worse. And you're wondering, Kitty, what does that mean? It's like, I'm struggling to like try, because I can't really think and talk at the same time, especially if I'm at a certain speed, because I have a certain time limit with this video. So basically, what is it? Okay, it's basically when stress starts to take a toll on the seizure, and it's no longer, it triggers a seizure, but it also helps it grow. So that's why it says absence grow. Oh my god, anyways. So yeah, and eventually my seizures would start to affect me from the head to the waist. So I was slowly developing epilepsy, and when my neurologist finally caught this, and we had done the testing, we figured out that, she had figured out that my seizures were affecting me from the head to the waist, meaning my head shakes, my arms shake, my chest shake, like how in an epileptic seizure you would see someone kind of like spazzing out. That's basically what I was experiencing, but only from the head to the waist. And I was having seizures while walking, I was having seizures while sitting down, I was having seizures while standing, so my arms would be flaring, my head would be shaking, and it was something very noticeable, and I would start to end up getting picked on for that. But then after everyone started to find out, oh my god, does that mean Kitty's is going to be having epilepsy? That's when everyone started to freak out and started caring about me, and I was entirely done with it. I no longer really cared. But whenever someone asks me, I have a medical issue like epilepsy and all that stuff, seizures, I say yes. I have to say yes, because when you have seizures, it is not a joke. It is not something to joke about. It is, it's very serious, and just simply taking Tylenol can affect my seizures. Taking ibuprofen can take effect on my seizures. Taking the wrong medication can mess up my seizures. Or taking a medication that may trigger for me to have a grandma seizure, or for me to completely hit the floor and foam at the mouth. And by the way, you cannot choke on your own tongue when you're having a seizure. It's only when your mouth is vibrating that starts to cause foam that you choke on it, and you need to, basically when you see people like, hey, does anyone have a pen or something, a straw, to prevent that person from seizing out. or for them to quote unquote choke on their own tongue, it's, yeah, you can't choke on your tongue. It's when there's foam coming at the mouth and your tongue is kind of like back, because you can't, that's why you have like a little, when you lift up your tongue and you look in the mirror and you have like a little line thing you shrink, that's basically what is preventing you from choking on your tongue. So anyways, if you're foaming at the mouth with your tongue kind of like flaring, like not flaring, going like kind of like flat almost, they basically want you to prevent from choking on the foam, which is your saliva. Anyways, I got 10 more minutes left. I said not to speed up the process because there is still a lot more you guys need to know about me, but it will probably be in a different video in the future. So what was I gonna say? Basically, after knowing all those little fun facts about me, basically the backstory of what I meant by I wanted to be heard and seen. Oh my god, I'm trying to forget what I had said in the beginning, but I don't want to scroll all the way back. Okay, think, Kitty, think. Okay, I think I got it now. Basically, I want to be heard and seen, so YouTube would eventually become into a big part of my life, and especially seeing other people do YouTube, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. Yes, that's how old I am. Yes, Corey X Kenshin, all of them. At Cub Scouts, all of them at the beginning. So over time, I would create a whole bunch of YouTube accounts, figure out those were not exactly the things that I wanted to do. Those are not the things I want to be known for, and I don't want to be a big person. I just want to be someone who is kept inside, but also is, people know that I'm open to be there for them, and that they also have something we have in common to basically create a fan base in a way. I don't know. So eventually I would start doing YouTube 10 minutes ago. Well, that's when I would start first posting a video, and it was Roblox, My Hello Kitty Cafe. I was like, I enjoyed this game. I don't think I'll never leave this game ever. Why not do a few videos about this? But eventually I would get burned out from those and slowly move on to different games, and then moving on to Bloxburg, trying new games, because I get burnt out very easily. Anyways, that's where I'm at right now. 10 months ago was my first video. It's 2 more months, will be almost in a year. And so far of what my progress of what I think I've done, I think I let myself burn out too much. I let the people around me put me down in a way, and I didn't really have a good support system until about after my house fire. But yeah, anyways, oh my god, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. 10 months ago, I would meet all of you guys, and after the Bloxburg update video, I would also meet more of you guys. Some of you guys had left, some of you guys have came back, and that's fine. People leave and people go. There's nothing you can do about it. And the reason why, when I do my other videos where you hear me go on a rant, saying things you should do, things you shouldn't do, yada yada yada, that is because those are the things that I had mistakenly done, and things that I grew and learned that this is what I should be doing. I should not be worrying about what other people say. I should not be worrying about what other people are doing. I should be worrying about me, what makes me happy, and that's why I say you guys should also, you guys should also worry about yourselves. You should not be worrying about the people around you. You shouldn't, this is going to be sound really messed up, but you should not be worrying about your friends. It's the truth, because you gotta think, if you can't worry about your friends, if you can't worry about yourself, then you can't worry about your friends. So basically, you don't have to worry about your friends. You have to worry about yourself, because unfortunately, friends leave and friends go. I literally have no friends besides, as of 2 people right now. Yes, 2 people. That's it. And I just recently created this. I literally had no friends for a while, and I just recently became friends with these 2 people. different time frames though. Again, I give you guys advice because this is things I've experienced. These are things that I learned, and these are advice that I generally think you guys should also learn. And I have no idea how young you guys are, but I've seen from a few comments and stuff, you guys are pretty young, and you guys are pretty much across the world. Well, I know one of them is. And if you do want to become a Roblox YouTuber and you're worried about hate comments, you shouldn't worry about them, because when I first got my hate comment, I felt very embarrassed, but I realized it's whatever. If it's something I want to do, it's something I want to do. That person cannot control me. And I actually had one of you guys stand up for me. Yes, I still remember you because you've also commented on a whole bunch of my older videos. Basically, the support that I've been given from you guys, the idea videos, the analytics, I don't know how to really say that word, from you guys, it's inspired me, it's pushed me to be more creative. But when I had said I felt burnt out, I had let too many things get to me. I thought I had to do this and this and that, and I realized I cannot let my thoughts overcome me. I have to think. So that's why I'm usually taking a really long break. It's usually because I have stuff going on, or I generally just don't want to do YouTube at the moment, and I just want to take a break because I have to also focus on school at the same time. And that was a little bit of getting to know about me. I probably will do one once a year has gone by. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being there for me. Thank you guys for loving me. Thank you guys for showing me so much support. And because, you know the thing where it says if you like give something, you get something good in return. That is basically what you guys have done. You guys have given me a lot of support, which is a good thing. Now I'm giving you guys something in return, which is giving you advice, posting more videos, telling you guys I love you. I want you to be safe because that's how I do want you guys to be. I want you guys to be okay. I want you guys to not go through the things that I had to go through, because the things I had to go through are very messed up, and no one deserves to go through what I had to go through. So I'm glad that I had experienced these things, and hopefully you guys are not experiencing them, because I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to be happy. I want you guys to not be scared to try something new, and I want you guys to know that I'm here to support you. And I'm not gonna say I'm here to support you as long as you support me. I'm gonna support you no matter what. Anyways, I'm here to support you, and I'm here to care about you. Even if you think no one cares about you and no one loves you, that's what I am here for. To tell you guys that someone does, and that is me. I always will love you guys. I will always care about you guys because of the way you guys have made me feel. You guys made me feel loved, supported, cared for. Stuff that I didn't even feel from my own family during the time. And I'm very, very grateful. I'm getting shaky voice because I'm getting a lot of adrenaline in me, and I'm talking very fast, and I'm like kind of like moving I'm doing like a whole bunch of hand movements right now. Anyways, I love you guys. Please, please, please stay safe. Do not let anything get to you. Do not let anything destroy you. Do not let anything kick you down, because even if it does, and it's okay to get kicked down from time to time, but you have to know, you have to get up again. You cannot let that knock back get to you. You have to know that there is someone out there for you. Always, 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 always. And that will always be me, no matter what. Because, again, I love you guys very, very much. I will always say that. I love you guys as if you guys were family, or as if a friend, or as if a very close family member, which is same as family. I have to go now. I love you. Please stay safe. I love you guys very, very much. Please, 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 take care of yourselves first before you do anything. And if you are a YouTuber watching this, or you're a beginning Roblox YouTuber, or you're planning on becoming one, I'm not going to say take my advice because you don't have to, but what I will say is Don't let people get to you. People are mean, people are rude, and there's nothing you can do about it besides moving on and going forward. Even if you feel like this is destroying you and you're not okay, even if you're not okay, this is why I say to everyone now, even to myself, even if you're not okay, you will be okay. If you're not okay, you will eventually be okay, because things come and things go. And that is it.